Hey guys, welcome back to our safe space. It's your favorite brown hen, Lungi Gumede, signing in. So today it's a story time, and we'll be talking about my worst heartbreak experience. So let's go back. Let's go way back to the year 2020 when I was 19 years old. So I got my notes written on my journal, so that's why I'm looking down sometimes. So how it all started, I was at a tuition boarding. So that's pretty much where people who want to like focus on certain subjects go to, and you stay there and you sleep there, and then you only like study certain subjects at that facility, but you sleep there and you're there for like 7 days a week and stuff. So I was there and I was studying. It was, young me, very much focused on her maths and sciences, both physical sciences and life sciences, just studying, sitting by the pool. And then here comes this girl. Right, she approaches me. So my state of mind and my mindset at the time was just to focus on school, focus on my subjects. I had like nothing else really to think about. Like I had my family who cared about me, and I didn't even have friends there at that boarding facility. So it was just me and my books. Like I knew what I wanted. Emotionally, I was very grounded. I was calm. I had been through so much that affected me emotionally for so many years that it was just like an emotional roller coaster through my life leading up to that point. So emotionally, I was just kind of like numb, kind of like, not in jail, like not really emotionally active is not the word. Like I wasn't very emotional at that point. Like I was just numb and emotionally exhausted and very much introverted because of the experiences that I had. So, ta-da, as you I'm sure have picked up, I said a girl approached me. So I am bisexual. That is my sexuality. Like the whole topic of my sexuality and whatnot, I believe is another video, so I'm not going to get into it right now. But like people who know me personally know this already. I'm gonna take a sip of my water. I haven't eaten breakfast or lunch. It's like 12 now, so like I'm a bit hungry, so I have to have some water to just keep my tongue from being tongue-tied. Anyways, so what I liked about her, I liked her mindset and her spirit, her energy and her aura. So she approached me on some like, I just want to be your friend. I think you're sweet and cool and interesting because you're so reserved into yourself, but you seem like a nice person, and that's what she approached me on. And after a week of us just talking, thinking I gained a good friend, she's like, no, I actually like you as more than a friend. I'm actually gay. Her words, like she said that she's actually like a lesbian, and she would like to get romantically involved with me. And I wasn't opposed to it. I wasn't against it because it was all good vibes all along. I hadn't ever dated a girl before her, and so I had zero experience with dating a female, but the way things were going so well, and she had a great sense of humor. She had a great sense of humor, a great, like, she could sing very well and very sweetly and stuff. So I was just like, okay, fine. I wasn't opposed to it, you know what I'm saying? I was open to seeing where it goes. So the relationship itself, it was filled with jokes. It was filled with lots of cute and sweet text messages. It was short-lived. It wasn't a very long relationship at all. It didn't even last a month. First relationship with a girl, and how I felt. She definitely awakened a different parts of me and parts of me. Some that were there but were dormant and were sleeping. Others that I didn't really know existed and that I hadn't ever tapped into. So when I say what I haven't really tapped into, I had always liked girls like a lot, but I never had the interest in actually like approaching a girl on some let's date, let's be in a relationship. It was never that. It was always like, oh, we're just friends, good friends and stuff like that. But like there was always that thing right to the back of my head, thinking, okay, maybe she's kind of cute, maybe like I like her a lot, but I don't know what it really even is, and so I didn't approach anybody. How I felt and how it began to shape and change me. So when I say she awakened parts of me as well, besides my sexuality, also, when someone breathes life into you, you automatically want to breathe life back into them. So she breathed life into places that I had shut down because of the experiences that I went through that just were so harsh, you know what I'm saying? Harsh experiences. So by her awakening, parts of my mind and my soul and my spirit, I became a better version of myself. It wasn't like a huge major change, but it was big enough, to actually make a very valuable difference. So so there were moments when we would sneak around, the house or the building outside and, kiss and stuff, and she would sing to me with the sweetest voice and women are just so much more softer and so much more, when a girl or a lady turns into a girlfriend, there's this thing that just like switches in their brain and they just become so much more wholesome and sweeter, and it really was fulfilling to me. And that's how I learned that, okay, I can do this relationship thing with girls, you know what I'm saying? So how and why it ended because, drum roll please, I asked to see her phone and to see her WhatsApp specifically and her text messages. I think there was just something about, I don't know what exactly it was. I guess I just wanted to like see what was on it, And that immediately she like switched and she was like, no ways are you gonna go through my WhatsApp. That's an invadance of privacy. Don't you trust me? And then eventually I let it go. Like within like a day, I was like, okay, I don't want to see what's on your phone. Like if it matters that much, if it bothers you that much, it's fine. All that matters is the relationship that we have together and how we treat each other and the experiences that we share together. That wasn't enough for Ukelo. That wasn't enough for her. Something just switched off, and she ended it. Initially, the first 3 to 4 days, the first week, I was in denial. I believed Uguti, we can overcome this because of all the sweet nothings that she whispered to me and that she said to me. I thought that, we were both being genuine when we expressed ourselves. Like I was never the type of person just to lie or say something sweet just for the sake of being in a relationship or just for the sake of umjolo. That wasn't me. So I didn't believe men were like that. I believe that men are just like liars, That's what like I was taught. But like when a woman approaches you on that, I believed that every word they say towards you is true. People in the community, especially female to female, know that that's not the case. These girls can lie. And be so unpredictable. So after being in denial, it was just like a lot of sadness and sorrow. Mind you, after that week of going through this breakup and being broken up, she moves in to boarding. Like honestly, it's enough that she was a day scholar, so she only attended classes during the day and then she'll go back home. So she'd be around for like maybe 3 to 4 hours and then go back home because she would chill around because she like was friends with people, in the center. So Now she moves in, so now I have to see my ex, who I cared for so deeply and so truly, and I had like started like envisioning, you know, future dates and what we could do, you know, just have fun experiences together. I have to see this person who doesn't care about me like the way they said they did, and ultimately like broke my heart. I had to see them every single freaking day. Gosh. So she moved into boarding. Luckily for me, she stayed in another dorm. She wasn't in the same dorm as me, but she was in my dorm almost every single day, if not every single day, to the extent that she even got a new girlfriend in my dorm. They weren't official, but anyone with two eyes can see that these two people have a thing going on. When like y'all are always together, you know, suddenly at night it's you two in one small single bed with the covers over you guys, you know. At night it's you two in the kitchen with the lights off, giggles here and there, giggles. Like, come on, anyone with two eyes, even the blind could see that these two have a thing going on. So it made it even worse. It made the healing process even more difficult, because all the things that I enjoyed doing with her and all the things that I had wanted to do more of with her and that I saw myself doing with her, she was doing with someone else right in front of me. That delayed my healing drastically. If anything, I wasn't healing. I wasn't able to heal. And if anything, that sunk me further into being sad and almost depressed, because like I was even like locking myself in the freaking closet, because we had a walk-in closet and the light wasn't working. The light had burnt out, so like if you close the door and you're inside the closet, it would be pitch black. I would literally lock myself in the closet without going out for like 2 to 3 hours if she was in my dorm, because like I just couldn't be in her presence, you know, in the same room as her, but not talk to her, not interact with her. She wasn't she wasn't being fair or being nice at all by not communicating, you know, deciding to like not talk to me at all after the breakup. Like, the way she was treating me, you'd think, Guti, maybe like I cheated on her, or, you know, like I did something horrible. It was just me politely asking, hey, can I see what's on your WhatsApp? And then she's like, no. And then from there it was just a downward spiral, and then she just stopped talking to me completely. I don't know her reasoning behind it, but it became so bad. Like I was already an introvert and not talking to like people in general, but it turned from that to me just like straight up isolating myself and having almost weird behavior. Like I would sit by the swimming pool all by myself late at night, at like 10 p.m. at night. People would be like, oh my god, you know, like at least talk to her, because like, okay, fine, you don't like her that way anymore, but like at least be a friend to her or be nice to her, because she's having a hard time getting through this because of you, you know, because you approached her on something that you portrayed to be serious, you know. So obviously she had quite a bit of dating experience before me. Before that, I didn't date in high school, you know, like I had like one talking stage in one or two talking stages in high school, like over phone, over text message, not even like live or physically with anybody, you know. So I was very much inexperienced. So these feelings, not only was it my first proper relationship, it was also something that like just exposed me into a new world, not only physically around me, but also a new world within myself, you know what I'm saying? So for that to be snatched away is one thing, but then to also have to be in her presence and then her to completely ignore me and actually like be happier than to be happy and happier. It seemed like she was happier when after things ended, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of gave her maybe a tiny ego boost, you know? So people are like, at least talk to her, and she just couldn't. I don't know why exactly. And then it led to me like spending hours in my bed, like on the weekends, when everyone's just chilling, you know, we're not studying, we're not focusing on papers, we're taking a bit of a break. We're just, you know, hanging out. She decides to be in my dorm because, you know, she's friends with almost everyone, gets along with almost everyone. Not gets along with almost everyone, she gets along with anybody she talks to. She just had that appeal about her, that charisma about her. Yo, it's warm in here. Frick, it's warm. Yeah. So, she had that, you know, friendliness, you know, and like anybody and everyone would just like her, you know, automatically. So that's the journey that I went through. And then eventually, a few weeks down the line, I just, you know, eventually just accepted it, even though I liked her a lot for a very long time. It took me a very long time to get over her. But a few weeks later, I got some money, some real good money, and I went shopping, and going shopping and experiencing a bit of a glow up, it was such a confidence booster. It was good for my self-esteem. Yes, it's physical and materialistic and it's not what's going on within you, but just having that, you know, getting compliments from people. Oh, you look nice, I like your outfit, I like your style, I like that, you look good, you know, those compliments. And also seeing yourself in a better light, and also having new clothes. I believe there's something energetic about it because it's unused. You know, it doesn't have any energy that has attached itself heavily to it from you. You know what I'm saying? So it just gives you like a freshness. It just gives you a freshness. New clothes give you this freshness. Anybody can vouch for this feeling. That new clothes, especially new clothes that you like and that you considered are in your style, give you that boost. You know, overall boost mentally and emotionally. So getting those new clothes, I just got that boost, and it was almost time for us to all separate. Like the year was almost over, and it was all coming to an end. So that is how and why it ended, and that is my journey experiencing the breakup. A breakup feels like a breakup that has heartbreak, you know. That was my first heartbreak, romantic heartbreak. I would say romantic because you can experience heartbreak from different experiences and situations that aren't romantic, but they still break your heart, you know. But that was my first romantic heartbreak. It felt like my heart and my chest, I was experiencing like palpitations. I'm glad I can laugh about it because like I've definitely healed, you know. It's been years now. Heart palpitations, you feel like you're dying, you feel like you're miserable, you can't breathe sometimes, you're crying and crying. Ugh. Heartbreak is horrendous, but I emerged as a new person after this. Really, I really did. And now we're gonna get to the next thing that I would like to talk about regarding my heartbreak and the lessons that I've learned is the overall experience and how it changed me. So how it changed me is I knew that I can do, as I said, this relationship thing with other girls and other females. I experienced such amazing, wholesome, fulfilling love, you know, after her because of the experience that I had. Now I also knew like I knew what it meant to be a little bit more alive, you know, to notice and perceive things a bit more in life, to not just let life slip you away, but actually like take hold of the moments around you, you know, and actually like be alive, you know. So that's how it changed me. I approached girls approached me, I dated a few girls. That's how it changed me, and it served a purpose. Now that I'm older and more mature, and it's been years and I have healed and accepted it and let go of the whole thing, I can now say that that's her, you know. She served a purpose. God used it to serve a purpose, to breathe life into me and to awaken parts of me. And when she had served a purpose, it was time for us to separate and go our separate ways and live our lives separately. And that was it, you know what I'm saying? So let's go to the lessons learned. 3 lessons learned. Still on the first one is when a person comes into your life romantically and there's such a shift, it creates such a shift in within you and in your world, that is God using that person to serve a purpose, to awaken parts of you or to touch you in a certain way that will shift you, shift you emotionally, shift you mentally, and help you to level up and become the person you're meant to be. And once that person has served their purpose, God will remove them, and it will be a little bit painful, but it's fine. Life comes with a little bit of pain. That is inevitable, you know what I'm saying? So once they've served their purpose, let go of them, and hold on to the purpose that was placed into your life through that experience. You know what I'm saying? Lesson number 2 that I learned from this experience: once you're going through it, like a breakup, a heartbreak and whatnot, focus on people who focus on you, care about people who care about you. Turn to the people who water you and nourish them back. You know what I'm saying? Instead of now stalking their Instagram or stalking their WhatsApp statuses or their Twitter or their X accounts or their Facebook, and maybe like trying to hear what they're getting up to and talking to your friends about them. Focus on what's going to nourish you and help you grow and move forward. You know what I'm saying? That is the best thing to do, because you had a life before them, definitely going to have a life after them, and you had a community of people before them, and you still have a community of people after them. Focus on that, because that's what's going to help you to heal, right, and move forward. Lesson number 3. What was lesson number 3? Okay, yes, and lesson number 3: do not fully invest yourself into a relationship that isn't long enough. You know what I'm saying? Do not give yourself 100% to another person when you're not sure of where they stand emotionally and mentally when it comes to you and the relationship. Pace yourself, be grounded, take your time to get to know this person before you envision a whole future years ahead of how you two are gonna experience happy moments and moments like this together. Focus on the here and now and the person you have. Like, pace yourself. If it's not a month, there's no need for you to be planning in your head extravagant dates that are gonna cost you like 1,000 rand or more just to implement. You know what I'm saying? Just for you to be experience. Do not be forward. Be grounded and take it a day at a time. Pace yourself, take it slow. Do not 100% invest yourself in a short-term relationship. If you can, or if you're willing to do, even set time frames. Like, after a month, I'm gonna let myself to think about this person in this kind of way. Maybe planning things. After 3 months, I'm gonna allow myself to think about maybe what it would be like to be with them for 5 years. After 6 months, what it would be like to maybe marry them, and what it would be like to have kids with them. You know what I'm saying? So those are 3 lessons I've learned. A person comes into your life to serve a purpose, and once they've served their purpose, there's no need for you guys to be together, and God will remove that person from your life. Take the purpose that God had put in them and nourish that and appreciate that for what it was, but let go of the person, because that attachment that you have, or those feelings and whatnot, and thinking about them and obsessing over them, will not help you. And then lesson number 2: care about those who care about you, and go back to your community. Focus on the love that you still have in your life, right? And then lesson number 3 is, what's lesson number 3 again? Pace yourself, be grounded, take things slow. Do not 100% give your freaking heart and your soul to another person who is still new in your life, that you don't even know that well. You don't know them that well. You don't know how they think and how they are really emotionally and stuff of that nature. So with this, I hope that this video helps another girl or even a guy who's maybe going through a breakup that is painful and has a lot of heartbreak. You're not alone. Another truth is, there is no new experience under the sun. Every experience that you have had has been experienced before. It's not obviously being experienced by you is going to be the same as you experiencing it, but it has been experienced, and another person has gone through what you're going through and will go through what you're going through. Just, I hope you let that give you comfort. Let that give you comfort. If you're not going through that and you might go through that, I hope what I talked about and what I just shared with you will enable you to have the tools to handle it as gracefully as possible, and to also be softer and kinder to yourself. Like, you do not have to now punish yourself because you feel like you're no longer good enough, you know. Excuse me, because to feel like you're no longer good enough. I think that's another thing that like played with my mind and toyed with my mind, is that you saw beauty in me, you saw intelligence, you saw good things in my mind and my soul and my heart, but then you still decided to let me go. So maybe the more you discovered, the less that you wanted, you know, and the less desirable I was. No, that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. Your value and your worth's not dictated by whether or not one person can see that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this also like will help you to get the tools, you know, to handle it better. You know what I'm saying? And that is my worst heartbreak and the lessons that I've learned. This is my story time. I hope that, yeah, I've shared my lessons and what I hope, and the intention as well behind sharing this, and I hope that you really enjoyed this video. So I don't have anything else to say. So this is your favorite brown hand, Lungi Gumede, signing out. Be love, be you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love.